Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'm here to show you how to make these cute little paper tea party hats. I made these for my daughter's 5th birthday party, and they were a huge hit. The supplies are easy to find. The time it took me to make these hats was very minimal, and the best thing about it was the fact that I only spent $1.43 for each hat, which fit very well in my birthday party planning budget. These are the supplies you're going to need to make your hat. You're going to need a bowl. Now this isn't just any bowl out of the cupboard. You're going to need to make sure that this bowl fits over your child's head. This particular bowl was a tiny bit larger than my daughter's head, which worked out well because we all know that tea party hats are supposed to be a tiny bit bigger than our heads. The next thing you're going to need is some wrapping paper. Now, I've found that TJ Maxx carries the best quality wrapping paper at very affordable prices. This wrapping paper is the thick stuff that doesn't rip when you breathe on it, which I love. It was $2.99 a roll, and I will be able to get 5 hats out of this roll. The next thing you're going to need is some sort of an elastic band. This is just one of those headbands that are elastic that my daughter uses. A rubber band will work fine, but it needs to be able to fit over your bowl because this is what you're going to be using to help keep your wrapping paper over the bowl. I do suggest you use something that you don't care about because if you get hot glue on it, it will ruin the elastic band. We also need scissors, hot glue gun, and you'll also need some sort of ribbon. I found this ribbon at Michael's in the dollar bin, and it happens to match my wrapping paper. And last things that you're going to need is some sort of embellishments. You can go as minimal as you want, or you can go all out and deck the whole hat out. I just happen to have some stranded pearls, well, fake pearls, right? I got some flowers over at the Dollar Tree, and some tulle at Hobby Lobby that was half off, by the way, which was really cost effective for my hat. So these are the items that you're going to need to make your hat. Your first step in making this hat is to cut a piece of wrapping paper squared. This is about 24 by 24 inches. Now it doesn't need to be perfect, but just so you know, you need about a square piece of paper. The next step is very difficult. This is where you're going to have to make a decision whether you want a white top hat or a patterned hat. The party's hats that I did, I decided that I wanted to go with a white top hat. And you can see the patterned is on the inside. I just like the elegance of the white, but you can choose however you want. Because I did white hats for the birthday party, I'm going to choose to do a patterned hat for you today. So you're going to take your wrapping paper and you're going to make sure your bowl's turned upside down, and you're going to center the wrapping paper over the hat. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but close. And then you're going to proceed to crinkle it down on the bowl, making the necessary creases so that it can be rounded out. Now, I suggest you do this fairly, easy, because even though this is very good wrapping paper, it will rip. You're gonna take your elastic piece and guide it over the bowl. The best thing to do is to make it go down fairly far because you're going to be working your way up. And if the elastic is down further, then you don't have to worry about it getting in your way. You're going to have to probably crunch the paper down. If it does happen to rip, it is okay. It can be camouflaged very easily. So don't feel like you need to get a brand new piece of paper. our base of our hat. Next step is you're going to take your ribbon and kind of measure out about how long it is around. If you decide you want some tails going down with your ribbon, make it a little bit longer. Now this next step is crucial in making sure that your hat stays together. You are going to hot glue the side, I'm going to do this side. You're going to hot glue the side that you don't want showing on your ribbon, and you're going to put it around your hat. I only do a little bit at a time because the hot glue tends to harden before I get all the way around. So I'm going to do not very much. And you bring it around. Make sure you put it above your elastic because you don't want the hat to be too terribly big on the girls. And then you pull tight and hold it until it dries. You want to pull it tight because you want it to stay the same shape as the bowl. If you do it loose, it will become deformed. So once you feel like it's dried enough, I always go around and I just kind of pushed it down a little bit. And then you continue around the entire hat. And I do it in sections because I want to pull it really tight and hold it. This helps the hat stay together. After you have glued your ribbon, you can take your elastic. And this is what I'm talking about. If you don't want to use it again, then it will be great for this project. So now you have the form of your hat. Now the next step, I don't know if there's an easy way to do it or not, but I just eyeball it. I'm going to be cutting around the base of the hat so that I can make it like a circle. Like I said, I don't know if there's some other way you can do it. I just eyeball it. It does not have to be perfect. That's the beauty of doing these hats, is that they don't have to be perfect. And then you just start cutting. There are numerous possibilities with decorating and embellishing your tea party hat. It really is just a preference. You can go all out. You can put bows, you can put sequins and glitter and ribbon and flowers all over the hat, or you can keep it simple. I chose to do that with mine. With only one single flower in the front, I also chose to use the beaded pearls around the base of the hat. And then the last thing I wanted to do was put a simple tulle tail at the bottom of the hat to hang down, because we all know that it's not a tea party hat unless there's something hanging off of it. The best part about this hat, I said it before and I'll say it again, was the cost. At $1.43, you just cannot go wrong with making this hat for your next tea party.